Hi everyone, my name is Wes Fryer and I am going to share with you a video for the Media Ed Club of the Media Education Lab created for our May 4th, 2026 webinar meeting entitled Memes, Warfare, and Propaganda. And this is a video created with the AI tool NotebookLM from a notebook that includes all of the recommended resources for this webinar. And what I asked NotebookLM to do in its studio was to create a short video that would summarize some of the key themes and takeaways from this collection of resources related to memetic warfare, especially as they apply to media literacy educators. So here we go.
Think about the internet's native language, the endless, rapid-fire scroll of inside jokes, reaction faces, and absurd pop culture mashups. It is fast, it is global, and mostly it feels completely harmless. But state actors have assumed an online fighting posture. They are integrating the ironic, pop culture-steeped aesthetics of the message board into official government feeds to sell hardline political action. In this post from the official White House X account, the president is flanked by eagles, an American flag, and a cloud of flying cash. The caption promises that the winning and the deportations will continue. Policy is being packaged as an internet victory lap. Other official accounts apply viral video trends to human displacement. By framing footage of shackled wrists and rattling chains as an ASMR deportation flight, the state reframes the physical reality of forced removal into an edgy, consumable joke. Foreign adversaries are following the same playbook. Iranian state media bypasses traditional diplomatic channels by using brightly colored children's characters, or Lego figures, to openly mock American leaders and push state propaganda. When governments adopt the grammar of irony, the meme functions as a digital weapon. The struggle for power has moved from physical geography into the shared mood of the internet. To understand why this works, we have to look at how we process information. Memes rely on fast, associative emotional processing. They hit our brains' fast circuits before our slower, critical thinking skills can evaluate the facts. Seeing a childhood cartoon or laughing at a clever punchline lowers your defenses. It creates a feeling of social bonding that sneaks a political payload right past your logical filters. This neurological bypass allows states to launder violence. Official accounts splice real missile strike footage with fast-paced cuts from video games or superhero films. The gamification of combat masks the human cost. By reducing the physical devastation of a bomb dropping on a city to a hyper-masculine sizzle reel, war is converted into consequence-free play. This sanitization also applies to domestic history. This Homeland Security post features the 1872 painting American Progress, celebrating a homeland worth defending. Using this image of a floating blonde figure leading pioneers westward depicts the displacement of Native Americans as peaceful, divinely mandated destiny. Wrapping state-sanctioned exclusion and military force in nostalgia and irony provides plausible deniability. Cruelty is disguised as entertainment, making extreme political actions harder to challenge. This kind of aesthetic manipulation thrives in a vast global information sphere that is flooded by organized state disinformation campaigns. A primary driver is the Russian doctrine of maskirovka. It relies on AI-generated fakes, coordinated troll farms, and proxy media manufacturing false realities, designed to overwhelm and exhaust public perception. But the digital battlefield has spawned a counter-movement. Grassroots civic resistance has emerged in the form of the North Atlantic Fella Organization, or NAFO, of absurd memes. These coordinated swarms reach disengaged audiences and flip the dynamics of online debate. By forcing state propagandists to defend narratives against a tide of absurdity, NAFO strips authority from Russian falsehoods more efficiently than a traditional fact-check. Memetic warfare serves as a contested, multimodal battlefield where citizens and governments compete to define reality. We face a critical problem. If war and deportation look exactly like entertainment, the foundations of democratic discourse begin to erode. Our educational solutions are struggling to keep up. Logical fact-checking often fails in this environment because you cannot fact-check a feeling. Memes are resistant to facts. They do not argue with data. They operate purely on shared cultural coding, shared emotional grievances, and aesthetic vibes. The mandate for modern media literacy has changed. We must teach learners how to decode these multimodal artifacts, giving them the tools to recognize when childhood nostalgia is being weaponized to sell them a policy. Ultimately, the most reliable defense against a cognitive hijack is cultural awareness. We have to learn to recognize the moment when the phrase, "it's just a joke," is being used as a shield for dehumanization.